What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dirky Chan. Today I'm doing my 5-year review of my Nike KILLSHOT. I bought these all the way back in the beginning of 2019. And these have been one of my go-to summer, spring, fall shoes. I always rock my KILLSHOT with a nice pair of chinos, polo, something business casual. The color scheme on this one and the gum sole make it so iconic, along with the suede hits. This shoe is absolutely a stunner when the sun hits it, when you dress it up a bit. No show socks, long white tube socks, doesn't matter. This shoe does it all. I'm gonna go over some quick details and then tell you how these shoes have held up through these 5 years of wearing. Go through the thing that I do not like about this shoe and the things that I love. So in terms of features, you got the gum sole, navy blue swoosh. These come in a lot of different colorways now, but back in 2019, 2018, the navy blue was the main color, and these were kind of hard to get. You could only get them at J. Crew, but over time, they've become more of a general release shoe. Typical padding on the inside. The thing I do not like about this shoe is that the padding is absolutely awful. And I'll tell you how I fixed that issue. On the other side of the shoe, you get the Nike swoosh again. And again, you get the suede back tab, suede toe tip, and the suede shoelace holes. Tongue has minimal padding. Inside of the shoe also has minimal padding. So it's a very lightweight shoe. Doesn't offer a lot of padding or breathability. There's not a lot of perforations whatsoever in the shoe and the toe cap. So it's a very slim, minimalistic shoe. Basic leather that has held up pretty well over time. Lots of creasing in the toe box and all throughout the shoe. I have not washed this shoe at all. Basically, I've never scrubbed it down. I've only wiped it down with some Lysol wipes. And that hasn't impacted the leather that much. No cracking whatsoever. So they've used a decent leather on this compared to like an Air Force or whatnot, to the point where this leather won't crack on you. And the suede itself, it's not the fuzziest suede, but it still has some grainy texture on it. So over time, it will darken a bit and give it a bit more character in the shoe. On the back, you have a printed Nike logo, and it's slightly distressed and typical standard laces. Now, another thing I don't like about the Nike KILLSHOT shoe is that the laces are kind of short. If you have wide feet, you're gonna have to use more laces, and the remaining laces that you get to tie the shoe is not a lot, so you have to maybe swap out the laces or just tighten them up a bit so you get enough laces at the end to tie these up. Another thing I don't like. And then lastly, the last thing that I do not like about the KILLSHOT is breathability. Not a lot of perforations in the shoe. I felt like they could have added a couple holes on the bottom of the shoe to make it a bit more breathable. But your feet will get sweaty in these in the summer, so definitely, I would recommend, like, if you're gonna sit down in a restaurant and people really can't see your feet, I would take your feet out, let these shoes air out for a bit, and then throw them back on. But in terms of 5 years, this shoe has held up very well. And again, I've only worn these spring, summer, so it's not my everyday shoe. I have friends that have worn this shoe every day, pretty much every time they go out, and they go through a pair within a year. And most of the time, the back of the shoe, the sole, wears out the quickest. As you can see, I've worn this for 5 years during the summer, and there's some noticeable chippage of the shoe, of the bottom sole, and a lot of dirt piles up. Makes that gum sole kind of dirty. But my friends that wear these year round, these shoes get so dark and dirty and beat up, and the creasing is horrendous. They don't use any shoe trees at all, so the creasing is absolutely awful. So they'll burn these out within a year, and sometimes they'll get a little hole here because their pinky toe keeps on pushing up against the leather instead of this guard. But for me, I've had these for 5 years. Some slight discoloration. If you wear blue jeans, you'll get some blue jean discoloration on the shoe. But that comes out pretty quickly with a nice little Lysol wipe. Creasing looks all right. I mean, standard creasing. It looks pretty good with the creasing. Adds a patina to the shoe. But other than that, can't complain. The ones that are newly made, I can't tell for sure if the quality is the same. I feel like the leather quality is not as good. And then lastly, I gotta throw in my Dr. Scholl's to make these shoes a lot more comfortable. So you just slide them in. But for the purpose of this review, I'm not gonna slide those in. And then the Nike swoosh symbol, still holding on after 5 years. So yeah, this is a great shoe in my summer spring rotation. Wear these with the Air Forces, Ultra Boosts, and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, it's perfect spring summer shoe, and it's lasted me quite some time. Again, I don't wear these out when it's raining. I don't wear it out to dirty areas, muddy areas, just to preserve the life of the shoe. All right, guys, I'm throwing them on feet. Ciao. All right, YouTube, welcome to the on feet version of this video. Now, I am a size 11 normally in shoes, Ultra Boosts, New Balances. I like them to fit just a tad bit loose, and this KILLSHOT is a 10.5. So these do run a half size big. As you can see, there's a good amount of room for a 10.5. So in terms of sizing, if you normally wear 11s in your shoes, I would go a size down. And as someone who, again, always goes for 11s, these 10.5s offer more than enough room in the toe box for me. Sometimes a little bit too much room. When I first wore these, I would trip on the tip of the shoe a lot because it was fairly long, and every time I walked, sometimes I would catch myself and trip due to the tip of the shoe. But if you're planning on wearing these with insoles, you could get away with going with your regular size. I do wear these with insoles, and a 10.5 is a bit tight on the toe, but the leather does stretch out as you wear it more and more, so that issue disappears over time. But yeah, here are the Nike KILLSHOTs. I'm about to run out, do some errands with these bad boys, and I'll catch y'all later. Ciao.